Well, good morning. My name is Reverend Annie Batchelder, and I am an Akashic channel, and I'm here to channel for you. That's the whole point of this. I'm here to channel for you. So I'm really looking forward to receiving your questions. There are no stupid questions, there are only good questions, and questions are the can openers to the information in the Akashic Records. And I think you'll find that asking questions relieves you of tension. It makes you feel more settled in your own energy and your own consciousness and in your own life. So let's get those questions on the table and give them a ride, take them where they lead us. How are we experiencing our questions? What's going on in our lives? How do we make our own lives better? Okay, I'm trying to get this to show up on the live, but the Facebook is a mystery to me, really. Well, we have 609 wonderful members looking to to be part of bringing forth soul consciousness, so it must be important to them. If you have a moment later on, take a look at some of the color combos that I posted below this, because I'm thinking about updating the color arrangement, the color scheme here on the page, and I would love to know what you are, what you think. Okay. All right, I have somebody saying, I have a hard time getting online with you, can't find you. When I click the most recent, it takes me to YouTube, but I can't interact unless I purchase YouTube Premium. Used to be able to connect via Facebook. Oh, okay. Well, that's the hazard. I guess this is how Facebook protects itself against Google and YouTube overtaking it. But good morning. I experiment with posting the video that I record on Zoom at the same time I do the lives, and then posting it on my Facebook page, and that is apparently not always a winning strategy if some people can't get it. Sorry, I'll remember that in the future and won't do it, or I'll post it in addition to the Facebook Live, so that you can receive it. Sorry. Thanks, Teresa, for letting me know that. Okay, Pat Hansen says, how much of our lives are predestined? I'm just going to... Anubis is showing up for this question. Greetings and welcome from Anubis. It is our pleasure to be with you on this beautiful day, a day of spring rain. A portion of your lives are predestined. For instance, your soul chose your body and your personality as its preferred method of getting its soul's purposes, namely evolving into greater and greater oneness with the divine. This is cast in stone, that this is something that is a structural. Cast in stone puts the wrong energy in it, because evolving is very flexible. Evolving is always changing. So this is a component, it is an element of your character. It is a part of who you are. From there, the soul is choosing many, many experiences as evolutionary triggers. so that you have to either expand to include and become larger than the land of opposites and in a land of duality, or bounce back and forth between yes, no, right, wrong, us, them, good, bad, until you finally have enough pressure from both sides of those duality opposites, enough pressure so that your spirit moves upward into the soul realms and starts bringing that energy of the soul down into its earth life. Now, the way that you learn to do that will be in lots and lots of different ways, and will be influenced. And this is the part that is not predestined by it. It will be influenced by what you choose. And that is why freedom of choice is always such the wild card in your lives, because you could choose to read a book that feels like upliftment to you, or you could choose to watch television and its violence and its drama and its rigidity and stuckness in the human story about good versus evil. There we go. And it is our assessment that all 609 of your members are interested in evolving into a greater consciousness, into dimensions of consciousness that go far beyond the polar opposites in a land of duality, and go beyond what your human story is about, what it takes to manifest life. Manifest life in abundance in greater and greater ways. Now, the elements of choice occur every moment and are encapsulated in each thought that you think, so that the freedom of choice is expressed in whether you habitually continue to think a thought that takes you to a certain place, or strands you in bouncing back and forth between the land of opposites, or are you choosing to think a higher thought and create a divine reality, create a divine connection that raises you above the chaos of earth life and mass thought, which is enormously mired in fear. And whether you choose to be the ones with the light hearts, the spiritual hearts that expand beyond the polar opposites and are part of that, expand to include energy, that raises your consciousness, raises your vibration, raises your magnetism, raises your manifestations into far more of the wider selection of choices, far more than either or, good, bad, right, wrong, yes, no. It raises you up into the possibilities, and which possibility causes your heart to flower, causes your mind to open, that kicks your spiritual imagination into high gear and gives you a sense of inspiration and upliftment and possibility, instead of this heavy ceiling of limitation. And mass thought, mass belief. And so it is the choices that you make and the thoughts that you think that are fair game to access the non-destiny oriented parts of your existence, which is largely in the land of consciousness. It is going into consciousness. It is going into agreement with your soul and the divine by using the light of your soul and the consciousness contained in that light to move you into a more, as they say, good feeling vibration, a better feeling thought, and a more inspiring image or picture. This is why daydreaming is important. Daydreaming is the conscious act of refining what it is you want to create in your lives, what it is you want to feel in your lives. What it is that you are going to settle for or not settle for. And it takes daring. It takes courage. It takes being in an environment with other people who are willing to upgrade their thoughts and beliefs and aspirations. Whether or not you are enlightened in this life is not really of matter, but it is of matter, and it is of importance that you are choosing relationships, thoughts, dreams, pictures, influences that bring you joy, expansion. Feel them, feel into those thoughts. Does your energy crumple and hide and defend, get defensive? Or does your energy open and lift up? Much as it does when you expand to include the opposites in the material world, and your consciousness, utilize your consciousness to expand to larger than these opposites, so that you might touch and feel and be inspired by other possibilities, greater possibilities, the options in between the either-ors of this physical world. Now, when you were planning a life, or planning an embodiment here on the earth plane, you chose this person to be your mother, that person to be your father, this person to be a sibling, that person to be a sibling, this one to be an influential teacher, this one to be a marvelous friend, this one to be the companion for life, or a series of companions for life, as in life partners, whether they are spouses or not. Now, you chose all of these characters to be played by souls from your soul group, all of whom love you deeply, kindly, and all of whom are aware of your soul's aspirations for growth and how your soul has chosen to give itself certain experiences so that it will grow. Now, it may be a life-threatening disease. In order to place you in a place of openness where looking to have other choices about how to restore oneself to oneness and to health are primary, very important. You may have chosen some illness to be the precursor to massive growth. And also, illness can give one a quiet space to retreat so that the soul can go about reorganizing itself. Now, if you learn energy skills, prayer skills, manifestation skills, if you learn consciousness expanding skills, this will adjust the warp and weft of the Akashic Records so that even more of the higher choices, the higher vibrations, the higher consciousness, the higher thoughts, the greater heart, the spiritual heart, can be expressed. And that is how the soul goes about and reorganizes itself while perhaps you are being very still and recovering from an illness or an injury. All of this is kosher. You choose certain partnerships or deep friendships with certain people to grow. Some to hold your hand or walk shoulder to shoulder on the path of enlightenment with you. Others to cause deep trauma and pain. But you chose these bad guys or gals. You chose them specifically from this pool of souls in your soul group. You chose them because that soul loved you so much that it was willing to play the bad guy in your life so that you could accomplish this soul's mission of growth. Perhaps it teaches you the value, the importance, and the energetic shift that forgiveness causes. Your forgiveness gets you out of drinking the poison and resenting the person who did cause you harm, thinking they are going to get sick, but you are the one who gets sick with the poison of resentment, hate, anger, fear. Forgiveness neutralizes that entire mindset. And frees you, the forgiver, for you are as powerful as the Christ when you forgive, and the forgivee, the person or persons or the principle in life that you have been angered by, threatened by, manipulated by, controlled by. Because you are operating in that framework of forgiveness throughout time. You forgive yourself. You forgive the offender, the perpetrator. You forgive yourself for anything you caused yourself that ended up causing you harm to yourself. Now, this scenario of the bad guy, choosing the bad guy, and playing out this part of the drama serves your personal evolution as a human and your soul's evolution, but it also ripples out into others' lives. Now, if you choose to retain your anger, your fear, your resentment, your upset, your trauma, if you choose to hold on to that like armor, this may take several lifetimes to accomplish. In that case, in succeeding lifetimes, the soul will have to keep choosing other souls from their soul group to play bad guys. And sometimes that is how a soul will work its way out of a soul group and begin to join another soul group. Now, beginning to join another soul group will cause a sense of detachment and floating free in space and a lack of belongingness. Now, these feelings can lead to finding inner truth, inner power, inner light by going inwards over and over and over again instead of going outside yourself to find the power, the company, the belonging group, the group to whom you belong, the family, the drugs, the alcohol that eases the pain of loneliness and separation. But if you go inward and inward and inward to your own beautiful light that you embody, that is your soul's light and consciousness, that connects you so succinctly and so automatically with the divine, then you are boosting your possibilities. You are adding to your lift. You are adding to the openness of your mind, of your heart. You become less attached to the traumas, the upset. These are not the defining features of your character anymore. And thus, the warp and weft of the Akashic Records is shifted and changed, and the possibilities of your future are upgraded. Now, that is an aspect of spiritual law. For several things come to mind. The saying, for every step toward the light you take, the light takes 100 steps towards you. And we say that is an underrated capacity. That is an underrated activity. So for every step toward the light you take, and you can call the light to you, come Holy Spirit, come light, come truth, come healing. And the universe, the divine, has no other way of responding but to bring it to you. Now, this is universal law. Certain things you might call universal laws are in effect always. Those things are what you might say are destiny. And so this life, here in present time, 2025, you are making choices about what you want to think, what you want to believe, what limitations you'd like to enroll yourself in or further, and what limitations you would like to throw off. Now, granted, certain limitations give you a sense of security because they are bound in this earth life, in perpetuating the body's wellness and safety, and perpetuating the agreements You have made to be here in a body, in earth realm reality. You have agreed to gravity, to participate harmoniously with gravity. You have also agreed to getting along with your neighbors, loving your neighbors as you love yourself, possibly even better than you love yourself. Now, there is no shame in that. There is none whatsoever. What percentage of your life is destiny? If you choose to play the game of life, much as your parents or your ancestors did, or as your national culture expects you to do, you will have certain results. If you choose to play this game of life, to play your part in this game of life from a more detached, more objective, more big picture point of view, the biggest and most important thing that you can do this year and probably next year as well is to practice upgrading your thoughts, noticing, catching yourself in the thoughts, not making yourself wrong, just going, oh, that's not the thought I want to think. I want to think that life is good. My abundance is unlimited. I am unified with my soul and the divine. I am one with the divine, and as such, I am a creator and a receiver of the bounty, the supply, the maintenance, the joy that the divine has for me. And I open my heart, my spiritual heart, to receive that and to be in the flow with the divine, in unity, in oneness with the divine and my beloved soul. Now, that's a better thinking and feeling possibility, is it not? It is wonderful to see and hear you as well. My laptop refuses to show me the information I'm looking for. It's not showing the live at all. I don't know how to do it. So I'm going to go with what we have here. Good morning, Darla. Good morning, Teresa. Good morning, Pat Hansen. And thank you for giving us such a beautiful topic on which to channel. All right. I'm going to give it a few more minutes to see if something shows up. In the way of a question. There we go. You're enjoying the background sounds today. That's great that they're coming through all right. That's one of the reasons I tend to replace some of the lives with the YouTube version, because the sound is far more clear and amenable. Go to Annie Batchelder page and it will say live. I click on live to get there, to get here. Okay. All right, my loves. Thank you for being here with me today. It is my pleasure to serve you. Good morning, Marco. And thank you for being on the earlier lives as well, Marco, and for being with us here on the Facebook page, on the group page. Always a contribution, Marco. Thank you very much. All right. Have a marvelous day. Be well. Choose. Choose. You have nothing to lose if you choose a higher, finer vibration, a feeling or a thought that has more light and more aliveness in it for you. And the more of us that choose in that way, we are not victims of the machine that is often telling us what to think and feel and do. With love, much love. Thank you. I will talk to you later.